Welcome back. Let's talk entertainment, and I'm joined now by actor, movie producer. Sounds nice. Producer. Because she just had a movie release that's making the rounds in cinemas currently. My Mother is a Witch, not my mother, or her mother. But the name of the movie is My Mother is a Witch. Irele is here with us. How you doing? Congratulations.
Hi, thank you.
I think we need to announce the movie because boldly.
That's right here, everywhere
they
I go.
must see it. How's it been? How's it been, this journey of producing before getting to this point even? What even made you want to do it? Because it's such a daunting thing, especially with the way Nollywood works. You can make projections, but you have to fix things as you go.
As you go, yes.
What made you decide to do it?
Okay, so from the moment I got into Nollywood as an actor, right, beforehand, I actually used to run an event management company. So when I started acting and I started noticing how people were doing behind the scenes and all that, and I'm like, this seems like something I would really enjoy doing, coming from doing like event management and all that. And I kept watching people, and over the years I was like, okay, you know what? I think this was like 3 years into acting. I was like, I'm going to do my first production. And I had people around me who were already doing it so greatly, like Desmond Elliott, Emeka Dur, people like that. And then I started producing like on a smaller scale. So far, I believe that I have produced over 15 movies. Yeah, so I have a lot of movies on TV. And then I just got to a point where I was like you said, you can plan, have a tight production, plan everything in pre-production, but once you get on set, chaos.
Yeah.
So anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Every single thing that can go wrong will go wrong. And for me, I like fixing problems as well. So for me, it's, yes.
Not to me. I like problems to be fixed.
Oh, no, I like fixing
because
problems.
I produce as well, not a movie, a TV show, and I know how daunting it can be. But sorry, go on.
Yes. No, but I absolutely enjoy it. I love the chaos of it as well, and making sure that everything comes to light. And then seeing the final product as well, it just gives this fulfilled feeling. Yeah. So me getting to this point of saying, okay, let me do on this larger scale, I wanted to do a story that was not just another story. I wanted to do something that would actually, you could resonate with, something that people could relate with, because I love doing relatable stories. And that's kind of how My Mother is a Witch was birthed. The title, I would say, have you watched the film? The title, when you watch the movie, you'll be able to understand why this title, because it's literally, for me personally, the film is like my character's, I feel like it's like a memoir for my character, and she's telling people how she feels about her mother, and that's how we came up with this title. Nice. So, and the entirety, without giving anything away in the film, it's literally a story that everyone can relate to. Everyone who either has tough parents, has experienced tough love from their parents, or has seen tough love being given around them. So I feel like every single person
would relate to
it in some way. And I wish you had watched it, but that's all right.
I promise you that I will. You want to drag me on national TV?
Yes, I want to drag you. But it does have amazing performances. Messi Aigbe is in it, myself, Timmy Egberson, New Akpofore. It's an amazing film.
Awesome. Yeah. We'll come back to the movie at the end of this, but let's just go back. How long have you been in the industry for now?
9 years.
9 years?
Yes.
Was that always the plan?
No.
Sort of, how did you just stumble on it?
I would say that this acting chose me. Let me put it that way. So from my background, I went to Bowen University, studied sociology. From before then, I always used to be in front of the camera. I used to do like commercials, a lot of TV commercials, modeling, things like that. And then I did a particular like appearance in a music video, Adekunle Gold, Sade.
Yes.
And that was the first time that I had to be in that capacity of like, you would know, it's like an acting. And that's the first time I ever did it. And after that, my manager who had gotten me that job was like, people kept calling him like, does she act? Does she act? I'm like, I can't act, oh. I don't know how to do it, oh. And he just said, you know what, just try it. I started going for auditions, started meeting people, and one thing led to another. And then I went ahead to do my master's in between all this. I tried to work. I worked as HR manager at a procurement company. That didn't last 4 months because I just felt like this wasn't what I wanted to be doing. and I went back to acting. I went back to being in front of the camera, and yes, 9 years later, I'm here.
Has it been what you thought it would be, even if it chose you? Because it's a tough industry.
Yes.
And I ask this specifically now, and I've asked this to a couple of people who have come here recently, with sort of the changes that have happened in the last 2 years. You know, I guess it started from COVID. Cinemas shut down, and they've not really come back since then, right?
Yes.
The economy hasn't helped either. You know, tickets were 500, 1,000 before. We know how much they cost now. Streaming sort of tried to fill that gap, but we had this streaming drama last year where two major ones sort of pulled back from the country. Suddenly YouTube is the space. Now people are wondering, YouTube? Is that where we're, you know, so how do you feel today about, you know, the industry you fell in love with, the industry that chose you, and where it is currently?
So I feel like today even though, like you said, there's certain, we've faced a lot of things in our industry over the years. And like I was saying before, this movie, I actually had in mind to make it for straight to streaming. Because it's not like a 10-cast film. It's a blockbuster.
Oh, sorry.
It's a blockbuster, please, thank you.
Wrong choice of words.
But it's a minimal cast type of film.
Okay.
And obviously hearing about the pulling back as well affected. But now, being in the cinemas every weekend, seeing how well our movies are doing.
Being received,
Yes, I'm very proud of that. I know that we do have our challenges and all that, but I'm also proud of YouTube being the new thing, because it just shows that we would always find a way to make it work. We would always find a way to keep growing our industry. And I'm so proud of every single producer who's not relenting and who's not giving up. We're just going to keep doing it and keep finding a way to keep pushing our films.
So you're not worried in any way?
I am worried. I wouldn't lie that I'm not worried, because, I mean, everybody should be worried. But I'm also confident, because we have generally even improved our production value. We've improved everything that we're doing, and I do see a brighter future for us. We're getting the funds from YouTube. People are making money off the YouTube films.
Are they making good money?
Good. Yeah.
Good enough, I guess.
Good enough. Good enough. We do want to be able to do bigger films and things, but I do hope that the streaming platforms would find a way to, you know, I feel personally that they had to take that step back to recalibrate and re-strategize, like, okay, what are we really doing? But I do know that, see the films that we have out in cinemas right now with My Mother as a Witch, Ori, Yalode, everything. I'm off to the cinemas to ICM once I'm done with this to sell my film. I feel like the streaming platforms would look at it and know that they're missing out on a lot if they actually don't come back.
No, quality is definitely great. I have to say that.
Yes.
You know, my worry has just always been, you know, is the economy. I mean, we all know what the country is going through, and that is going to reflect on all sectors, you know, and you need that disposable income to support the arts.
Industry,
Which brings me to my next question. This is not necessarily directed at you, but at the industry. We've always heard these stories about, oh, do they really make as much money as they say? You know, all these figures they post, people post 1 billion today, 600. And people say, why don't you people show us how you track, you know, this money? Is the industry healthy enough financially with the returns from the cinema? Are these figures real that we see? You know, I mean, we saw one at the end of last year, everybody was like, huh? Why am I not producing already, you know? Why do you think people have doubts?
You know, people fear what they don't understand and what they can't see. And I totally understand that. Going into the cinemas every weekend, even if I was never someone to doubt the figures, but going into the cinemas every weekend, I see how much people flood the cinemas. I'm literally in the cinemas, and right now I have 2 showing times at ICM, which is 5:20 and 7:20, sold out, full to the brim with people.
Wow.
Iyalode sold out.
And that's one cinema.
That's one cinema, sold out to the brim. Five showing times, or we sold out. The people actually come out. I do know that the economy is not what it used to be. We hope it does get better, but people still want to connect to something.
And people want an escape.
Yes.
We don't have much leisure in this country, to be honest.
Exactly.
It's not like we have parks where we can go and sit down and
There's
chill.
not a lot of things. So these figures are the figures and seeing it and getting my back end, and they're very detailed. We, the producers, we see our figures and we see how our numbers coming. We see where we need to focus on. We see how we need to re-strategize, do meet and greets, things like that. But the figures that you talked about, I have a feeling you're talking about like ending of last year, which is December. We need to understand that in
December
those times,
different.
yes. So you would have those numbers.
I didn't necessarily doubt them, but people were saying, it's not possible. And I'm just like, it's December.
It's December.
People literally saved the entire year for December.
We need to actually have a census to know how many people come into the country, the exact figures. Because those people, they come and they want to connect.
They're also a factor,
Yes, they want to connect to whatever we have as well. They're going into the cinema. So the numbers are the numbers.
How much did you spend to make this film? She took a deep breath.
I did take a deep breath because, Lord help us, the total budget of the film was over 300 million, and I did partner with Anthill Studios,
Wow.
because I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something that was authentic. So we literally had to fly the entire cast, and some of the crew, we used a lot of the crews, but we all went to Benin. So imagine even the logistics of that was quite a lot, and we had to take that step to make it authentic. I did a very Benin-centered film, an Edo-centered, I'm not saying Benin, Edo-centered film. I could have shot it in Lagos and probably wouldn't have had to spend that much.
But you wanted that.
But I wanted that. And the truth is, I'm not regretting doing that. I might not be where I want to be with my figures in cinema right now, but I'm having, as a creative, you want people to watch it and connect with it. And I'm having that. I'm very happy. I want to make my money, definitely. I want to break even. I want to make my profits, yes.
Knock on wood.
But, yes, knock on wood. But seeing that and taking that risk to do that and getting the response I'm getting from people are proud. People are sending me messages. Thank you, FA, for making our own story, for making an Edo story, for going back to the land to do it. So those are the steps, those are the risks that a lot of producers should try to take, and I'm happy I took that.
So you'll do it again?
I would do it again. I'm planning another one already. Yes.
Back to back?
Yes.
Still from your roots or something completely different?
Still from my roots.
But a different story, of course.
Yes, definitely. A different storyline, different genre probably as well, but I still want to make sure that, because I don't really see a lot of Edo people doing that.
That's very important.
So I'm trying to make sure that whatever I do, two things that I want to always put in my film: my roots and autism, because I'm an advocate for autism awareness, because I'm sure you know my brother Ben. So I always make sure that they have those two things every single film that I'm going to be doing moving forward.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
That's definitely beautiful.
Thank
Very
you.
well done.
Thank you.
Back to the movie now. Where can we see it?
It's
everywhere in the country.
Is this my camera? It's showing in all cinemas nationwide, everywhere in the country. It's out in cinemas. Please go out and watch My Mother is a Witch.
Yes. It's about a week plus, 2 weeks?
This is my third weekend.
Oh, third weekend.
Yes.
3 weeks now in the cinema, so you have no reason not to, like me. I was busy, that's my story. But I'll definitely see the week coming, and I'm looking forward to seeing your work. And what's next after this?
Many more films to come.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep going, keep acting as well, because I would always go back to being that actor, because I love being in front of the camera. So I'm still going to go back to being that actor, still going to keep with my autism awareness. Yeah. Just everything.
Does producing make you a better actor or a more critical actor of the production?
A more critical actor.
So
Definitely.
Is that a good thing, though?
See, it's weird because, well, when you're on other people's productions, then it might not always be a good thing, depending on...
you can see things.
You can see things, and then if you start talking, it might be like, your own is too much, why are you talking so much? But for me, especially if, like, whatever project is on, I think it's a positive, because I'm going to be in every single project looking at it like it's mine and try to make sure that we get the best out of every single thing that we're doing. So I see it as a positive,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for stopping by. How's your brother doing, by the way?
Thank you so much. He's doing fantastic.
He's very well.
He's doing good.
My regards to him. My love to him. And thanks for all you do.
Ladies
and gentlemen, you heard it here. My Mother is a Witch is showing across cinemas in Nigeria. Go support it. It's a different kind of story. And you won't see a Lekki Ikoyi Bridge.
No, not at all.
Thank you very much, Efe.
Thank you so much, Erica. It was really nice to be here.
And like I always say, you can follow the conversation. conversation on social media, please use the hashtag #ReMinds when you send us a message. I'll see you next time.